Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, we are continuing our Amberscholar 2025 edition winner series, where we spotlight scholars whose journeys reflect academic excellence, resilience, and impact beyond borders. In this episode, we are featuring the first runner-up of Amberscholar 2025 edition, a scholar whose profile stood out for exceptional research execution, top-tier publication, and meaningful global outreach. Please welcome Jason Zhou. Jason, it's great to have you with us. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm doing great, and it's a great opportunity that I can share my experience, and maybe it's helpful to others. And thanks again for Amber Scholarship and Amber team gave me those kinds of opportunities. Thanks a lot, and I'm doing great.
Okay, Jason, congratulations once again on being selected as the first runner-up of Amber Scholar 2025 edition. What impressed us most was the strength of your research outcomes, publishing at a top software engineering conference combined with your consistent commitment to education and community service across borders. Let's start by going back to how this journey began. So let me ask you, how did you first come across the Amber Scholar program, and what was your reaction when you found out that you had been selected as the first runner-up?
Oh yeah, that's actually it's a pretty impressed announcement from the email, which means that I will get the Amber scholarships this year, which is pretty impressive. And by the way, it's also reduced lots of my financial pressure so that I can focus on my own study. But it's also a great opportunity to share my own experience so that maybe give some insights or help to others who are in the same circumstance as same as me. So that's pretty nice. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so you grew up in a single parent household in a rural town in China where financial hardship was a constant reality. So, how did those early experiences shape your belief in education as a tool for long term change, not just for yourself, but for others as well?
Oh yeah, sure. I definitely grew up in a rural area, actually where the resources was quite limited compared to the big cities. And also seeing that, there is a gap
Mhm.
firsthand really shaped my belief that the education shouldn't only be a privilege, which means that it's most powerful tool for people from the humble beginnings to change their life or their kinds of their future. And that background is also exactly why I'm driven to use my technical skills to create a kind of broader impact. For example, to share some knowledge to a undeveloped area students and some other kinds of diverse international background students to tell them how, for example, how the computer works. And that's the reason why I'm doing that as a volunteer. Yes, thank you.
Oh, okay, lovely. So a defining part of your journey is your volunteer work, okay? Teaching computer science in underdeveloped regions in China and later working with Ukrainian refugee children in Hong Kong, which is actually a great thing. So what did these experiences teach you about access to education, and how did they influence the kind of researcher you want to become?
Yeah, but actually, this question can be separated into two parts. The first one is the reason why I want to deliver those kinds of knowledge to those kinds of group of students. The reason is actually when for our current circumstance, the computer science skills are mostly, I guess, the most important skills overall, actually. So it's
Mhm.
important, especially for those students who come from the undeveloped area. They need such kinds of a approach to access those kinds of knowledge. That's first reason. Second is what kinds of knowledge or what kinds of fruits brought by those kind of experiences. Um, I'm exploring. I just trying to explain some basic computer science knowledges or new technologies to those kinds of groups, and I've seen how digital tools can actually empower people in even the most difficult situation. So it made me realize that kinds of there is a as a researcher, I have a responsibility to make the technology both available for those kinds of different groups and different area. And at the same time, we need to make sure the technology should be the safe.
Okay. You know what they say, a little kindness goes a long way. And this kind of, social work will definitely help you achieve great success in future. I'm damn sure, because what you give back to your society, you'll get it exponentially, like in greater magnitude. So that's a good thing. Very good thought. Moving on. You graduated from McGill University with a research-based master's degree and a GPA of 3.94, and your work was published at ICSC, the one of the most prestigious conferences in software engineering. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So for students aspiring to research careers, what does it actually take to reach to this level, and what habits or systems help you stay consistent?
Yeah, and for me, the high-level research is about the persistency and a kinds of a problem-solving attitude, which means
Mhm.
that during my time in the tech industrial, I learned that you need to have to be okay with the failures and just keep iterating, which means I try again and again, and then you need to stay curious, but also we need to stay very kinds of disciplined, which means that research is not just about the big ideas. It's about a kinds of a we can start with a small step or maybe just starts from the zero shot. So it's not that kind of hard when we just do for beginning and then just persist or insist on those kinds of topic, try again and again, then that will be a great approach.
Okay, so let me ask you, okay, are you a hard worker or a smart worker?
Or I guess I prefer to define myself as a hard worker since
Mhm.
in my kinds of area, especially software engineering, the problem at kinds of really clear. So you can now trying to say, for example, we can have a automatically tool to detect all types of bugs in our software. It's impossible, almost impossible. So what we can do is we need to define what type of the software you want to research and what type of the problem you want to solve. And that's the start point. And after that, you need to do a lot of kinds of empirical study to understanding what's the problem it is and what's the current situation. And after that, you have to propose your own solution. So I guess there is not a quite kinds of short path to reach that kinds of result.
Well, well put. Okay, moving on to your PhD journey. So you're now pursuing a PhD at the University of Toronto with
Yeah.
a very structured academic trajectory. So looking ahead, where do you see yourself, like your research and leadership evolving, and what kind of impact do you ultimately hope to create?
Oh yeah, I actually hope to move towards building more kinds of automated systems that can detect the real world vulnerabilities before they actually ever affect the real users. My goal is actually trying to contribute to the future where we have a kinds of high-end security is built in by default. For example, our general users, we do not need to ask the specific suggestions or advice from a security expert. That's my proposal and my plan.
Okay, lovely. Um, okay, so now a bit tricky, not tricky, but I would say a question which we would like to know that research often comes with financial pressures, especially when attending top tier conferences and training programs. So, how does support from scholarships like Amberscholar help researchers like you stay focused on innovation and outreach?
Yeah, sure. The scholarship definitely have the is a huge support for my research, which means that it can allow me to focus entirely on my research and lab work instead of, for example, I need to spend some time focus on some teaching assistant stuff, which means that will consume my some time. And also, by the way, recently the living cost, the living expense is really rapidly increase of the world. So this scholarship can definitely help me to address or resolve those kinds of challenges. So it'll give me more time to dive deeper into my own kinds of topics and studies, and that will, as a result, I can contribute more to the academic community for sure.
So how would you like to spend your prize money, if I may ask very directly?
Oh, I will first pay, I guess, pay 1 month's rent, and which
Mhm.
is $1,000. And besides that, I will also I can attend there is a meeting called CCS, which means that it's a top conference for computer security. With those kinds of funding, I can attend that kind of conference. It's also a huge benefit for me. I can understand more kinds of new ideas and understanding what other researchers are trying to do, which is really helpful for my personal research.
Very cool. Okay, so finally, for students watching us, especially those from modest backgrounds who want to study abroad or pursue research, what advice would you give them about building credibility, staying resilient, and turning ambition into real outcomes in software engineering and research uh, field?
Yeah, sure. I tell them that their unique perspectives is actually really important. It's invaluable, not a kind of a abstract or kind of a handle, which means that don't be afraid to for example, high level research just because you start from a different place or you are from a undeveloped area. Focus on building your kinds of technical foundation, which means that you need to understand how how those kinds of principles or how those kinds of formulas works, and then stay curious about the real world software engineering problem, because actually I guess most of us, or maybe the vast majority of us, are using the software every day, right? So just be curious regarding those kinds of issues you found, and then trying to say, can I solve those kinds of problems with my knowledge? If not, just we address the gap. If you can, just trying to propose some solution, and maybe there is some research opportunity in this kind of scope, and just they're there to help you address the gap for sure.
Are you currently in Canada or in China?
Oh, Canada.
Oh, okay. How's the weather there?
Oh, it's super cold. Oh, for now it's okay. It's return around 3 degree,
Mhm.
but last week it's still -15, something like that.
Okay, now we have come to the end of this interview. So, thank you so much, Jason, for sharing your journey and insights with us today. Your story shows that rigorous research, when paired with purpose and empathy, can create meaningful global impact. We are incredibly proud to support you as part of the Amber student and Amber Scholar community. To our viewers, Jason's journey is proof that clarity, discipline, and intention can take you far. Make sure to subscribe to this channel to stay updated on Amber Scholar editions and scholarship winner stories. Stay inspired, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, Jason. We had a lovely chat, and thank you again for joining us. Um, Really wonderful to get some real life insights. So yeah, and congratulations once again.
Yes, thank you so much. Do you have any more questions or something? If you have any kinds of deeper questions, you can just send me an email, drop me a message, whatever you want. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we would like to, if at all we need to interview again, then we would definitely like to email or contact you. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Take care.
But have a
Mhm.
nice day. Bye.
Yeah, you too.